This week's video takes me across from the Berry Islands to the Abacos, up the Bight, round the top, and then down the Sea of Abaco, with a few stops along the way. So I'm headed towards Abaco. The seas are, just trying to get that a little bit out of the wind. Yeah, the seas are a little bit rougher than I was expecting, and the wind is a little bit stronger than I was expecting. My original plan was to go east and then round the southwest point of Abaco Island, and then up the west coast until I can get until the Sea of Abaco. But I'm making no progress at all if I go east, because I'm having to motor directly into the wind and directly into the seas. So I've kind of given up on that idea, and what I'm doing now is I'm motor sailing. I've got a bit of jib out. I've got jib out on about to the second reef. Sorry, main out to the second reef, and I've got the traveller all the way across, which pulls the sail, so I've got a bit of an angle on the sail. I'm sailing as high into the wind as I can, and that is taking me roughly to a place called Sandy Point, which is on the southwest side of Great Abaco Island. From there I will make the decision either to go round and up, or possibly to stay on the west side of Abaco and sail up the Bight of Abaco, which means I have to go all the way to the top, the west end, in order to get back down into the Sea of Abaco, which is on the other side of Great Abaco Island, if you look at the charts. Hopefully this makes it a bit clearer. So it's cleared up a little bit. There's definitely some blue sky around, as you can see. Unfortunately, not where I'm going.
I might be over the top of the bottom, I'm saying. The way he's saying things was like, yeah, cool.
In the squall now. It's not too bad. So far, so good.
Not just the best in the
now
game,
just getting a little bit wet.
All our listeners are probably...
More rain, cold, wind straight in my face, squalls. This is a drag. But what? 7.5, 8 miles to go, and then find somewhere to anchor behind Gorda Key, which is owned by Disney. There's another cruise ship up there, but that's the only anchorage I'm going to get to before dark, so that's the one I'm going to. This one looks particularly unpleasant. I preferred the Bahamas as it was the last week, not like this. Wet, cold, tired. I just want to get in. So I am anchored off Gorda Key. Now, because just as I was coming in, the cruise ship was leaving. Yeah, so there may be another cruise ship coming in tonight, and I plan to be out of here fairly early tomorrow morning. So hopefully I won't disturb them and they won't disturb me. So now I'm going to go and have my dinner. Morning. So it's about 8:45, just come up to. I got away from Gorda Key pretty early, about 6:45. So I've been going for a couple of hours. Wind's filled in nicely, kind of 15 odd knots from the northeast, which means I'm close hauled, sailing up the side of the Cays. The Bight of Abaco is in there, and I'm heading up to enter a channel up there somewhere, about another 3-4 miles, and then I'll go towards, that's Moore's Key, I believe, up there. fish on, but I think it's another barracuda. I'm just letting it tire itself out so I can then get it on board and unclip it. So I'm anchored in just off Hard Bargain, which is the name of the settlement behind me, on Moore's Key. But also interestingly, the wind is coming from behind me. It's kind of calmed down a little bit now, but it's been like 20-25 knots coming from the northeast. But my boat is pointing south-ish, because the current is running south to north, while the wind is running from north to south. So it's going to hold the boat in a funny position. Good morning. It's the 16th today. Happy birthday, Mike. It's just after 6. I'm anchored and away. Oh, I'm a weighed anchor and I'm away. That's Moore's Key behind me. Fish on again, and I bet it's another barracuda, I think. Yeah, that's a barracuda right enough. Yet again. Umpteenth, probably the same one, just following my boat. Well, that's him back in the ocean. Me without losing my fingers. Maybe I should just start eating barracuda, because that's all I seem to catch. So in preparation for transiting this shallow section this afternoon, I've just been doing a bit of research, and so some places say the tide is 2 hours after Nassau, 2 or 3 hours after Nassau, and the tide charts I've got are basically saying that the tide is more or less the same as Nassau. So anyway, I'm going to make sure I'm there no earlier than 2 hours after Nassau, which is also 2 hours after what I've got as local low tide, just to be on the safe side. And I've also put up my camera. So this is my USB camera, which when we get to the super shallow bits, there's maybe some coral bummies on the seafloor that I might have to dodge. So I have my camera and a long USB cable which plugs into this tablet, and I run a wee app, and we just run a demo. Okay, so I'm not sure if you can see that particularly well, but now I've got a video of the front of the boat. It's a little bit wobbly because of the motor, but that way I can hopefully see anything shallow coming up directly in front of the boat. So I'm about a mile out from the Spence channel, which is that a ways. Water's crystal clear, sun is behind me, I'm hopefully at the right stage of tide, so fingers crossed everything goes well. For 4.5 foot. I don't think you can see it maybe from the camera, but there's streaks along the sand there where people have clearly dragged their keels. Okay. Ouch. So that was nerve-wracking coming through that channel. I saw 4.5 feet, which is pretty blinking shallow, so just a few inches below my keel, but got through, didn't hit anything, so alhamdulillah. And now there's another shallow patch to go, but I'll deal with that tomorrow morning, or maybe not, maybe the day after morning. Haven't decided my plan yet. So that is Cache Key over there, and that is Big Cave Key over there. And I'm anchored in between the two because the wind is currently coming from this direction. It's not strong, but it's supposed to calm down overnight, swing around, and then come from that direction. So where I am is hopefully gives me protection from both sides. And I really like to get somewhere where I could park up for a few days and, you know, explore around, maybe do some spearfishing. I'm not sure if this is the best place for that. Probably not. But anyway, I'll have a look at the charts and the weather and come up with a plan. Oh yeah, I do need to head into Marsh Harbour reasonably soon to reprovision as well, because I'm running a little bit low on some stuff. Good morning. I am off to explore. I'm going to go over to Big Cave Key. Landfall. Solid ground. It's quite rocky just here. Coffee with me because there's probably not a Starbucks on the island, and let's go and have a look. So this would be the kind of tidal marsh. Pretty bleak. No birds, nothing. Good saltwater crocodile territory, if you ask me. There's Southern, sitting out in the middle of nowhere. Pretty lonesome looking boat in a pretty remote part of the Abacos. Not many boats come here. Basically, not many boats come here because most boats can't get through the Spence Pass or Spence Channel because of draft issues. So I guess no reason to come all the way up here and down into this little bit. Only person for miles and miles and miles. One of my ancestors was Alexander Selkirk, I believe. So my grandmother used to tell me. Alexander Selkirk was the inspiration for Robinson Crusoe, the shipwrecked guy. Really know who Robinson Crusoe is. Anyway, Alexander Selkirk is really the real person behind that story. Now I know how he feels. Well, I don't know exactly how he feels, but I've got a sense of how he might have felt.